Hey guys, Dave and Cali, and I've got a special show tonight. I've invited a few people to jump in with me, and we'll talk about things that are going on, and so forth, before I leave town. And the first one would be Shannon, Devoted Patriots,
Hey, how we
and
doing, everybody?
let's see if we can find the other guy. Here he is. Yes,
What's
it's William
up?
Archibald.
There we
Yeah,
go.
All
and
right.
we've got Matt in exile
So far.
so
That's
far. This is the
so
best
far.
we can do for right now, but we will have more Matt here shortly. The rest of them will show up. So yeah,
Well, you guys, as you know, I'm getting ready to take off, so I'm going to probably kind of, be absent here on my program for a bit because we'll be traveling and so forth. But I thought,
Yep.
well, we just get together and for the one of the few last times maybe, and just chat about stuff that we've done and maybe what's coming up in the future. And yeah, why don't you tell me what you think there, William?
so earlier before we start, we got hit the record button.
Yeah.
We were thinking, we were talking, kind of reminiscing and recapping on some of the things that you've done and I've done. Shannon's done. Shannon was actually one mentioned at first. He's like, the best episode or some of the best work was when you managed to make it kind of like you were standing behind the Jen Psaki podium. And I was like, that was really good. That was epic, actually. More of that was much welcomed when you get everything reestablished. But what's really cool about it is like, watching Jen Psaki was much less painful than watching Carrie Jean Paris. There's a recent Gateway Pundit article that just came up about her talking about Biden's symptoms. I'm not going to say of what because we're just going to stay away from those keywords altogether. But I think it was Peter Ducey, Fox News reporter, that asked her the question that had since it's just a fun episode, we don't have all the links and articles pulled up, but I'll do something. Oh, wait a minute.
Ta-da! Uh-oh.
He's cold natured, y'all. It takes a little bit to get it.
Only one guy click at a time. There we go. Yeah, there he is.
There he is.
I mean, who else is clicking it?
Yeah, well, Shannon clicked it. I clicked it both. So.
Who's producing this son bitch?
Oh, I am, but he was helping out.
All right. This is sweet. I'm used to producing stuff. I can sit off the side.
Yeah, you get to sit back and enjoy.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys. This is Matt in exile.
Oh,
so
I can put Matt.
You can put the other Matt away because we dug him out just in case we needed him.
Oh,
Yeah, I
y'all
kept him.
y'all just started? Oh, sweet.
Yeah, we're live. I figured we know you would jump in. This, by the way, this episode is dedicated to Dave and Cali because he is not going to be Dave and Cali pretty soon anymore. You're going to be.
I'm going to add a was in there.
Yeah,
I
Dave
mean,
was in Cali. Dave ain't in Cali no more.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, I just want to tell everybody sorry I'm late. Had a wake to go to. So.
Quit bringing us down with your Debbie Downers.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, we're just happy that you made
Cold-blooded.
it because this is kind of the gang here. And William was talking about an episode, but one of the things that I wanted to ask once you got on here is maybe you could kind of explain to what to expect the future here on some of the shows that we're involved with that we've kind of taken a break from. I mean, geez, we did 26 weeks of Blue Collar and
Half
and Archibald. Yeah,
half a year. Yeah.
So kind of maybe give us some updates, what the people might expect.
What
the plans might be.
Well, the plans for me is I have to go back and get a real job because I'm running out of funds.
Right.
Keeping me from having to work. I'm going to go back into construction and stuff. And I know Shannon, he's busy doing his thing with junking and stuff, and he just doesn't have time to spend 2 hours every Wednesday to record a couple shows. And William, he's doing his thing, and don't get me wrong, I really appreciate everybody doing the shows and stuff. But the thing is, whenever you take time away from your family and from making money, to support your family, it's gonna affect stuff other than
Right. We feel the pain.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And I know you're moving, so you don't really have old
so
people.
Dave's moving, so
Yeah.
he's a weak link.
So you don't have time.
I'm going to interrupt Matt and his doom and gloom. What this is called a regroup, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to see some really awesome stuff that's going to come out of all this. I'm a firm believer, and so is from This Way Network, the people we work with and all. We're just having a regroup.
Yeah.
Firm believer in the fact that, well, God will put you in some of the neatest places if you just sort of slow down and just see what's, just take opportunities that are given to you. And so what a wonderful opportunity that we've had here. We've learned so much. You and I, we're a network now.
Right.
This is we're going to be a
Look at what we've learned. Look at what we've learned.
Between all four of us, this is a powerful thing right here. And what this is a regroup, and we're going to do something bigger, better, faster, stronger. And it's gonna be like it's gonna run like that car behind us right there, and you watch and see. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But and Matt's workload was extensive, y'all. Behind the scenes, you had no idea. Matt, if we could just get Matt, between Matt and Dave doing
we just needed to clone Matt. That's all.
Yeah, well, Dave's good at producing. Matt's good at producing, but the thing is everything was on Matt. A lot of it, trying to do all these shows. We'll consolidate this to us four guys, put one awesome show together that Matt and Dave can work on, and the production is going to be great. And we got this. Shannon's awesome, guys. Super cool guy. We talk on the phone whenever, we're not on camera. We actually do interact with these people, So I can carry on an hour-long conversation with Shannon and Matt and Dave too. Before I know it, 35, 40 minutes are just
gone.
Yep.
And the old lady is
yelling,
"Are you coming?"
The phone company's like going, "What the hell, guys? Most people only talk 4 minutes and 20 seconds on the phone. What the hell's up with these guys?" And the FBI's listening because
we know the FBI.
FBI listed. That's sad that they have assigned some them, they, her to listen to us. They're listening right now.
Well, it has been a great honor and a great learning experience to be a part of this network.
Absolutely.
Of friends, not just This Way Network and the people I've met, but just the friends I've met along the way doing this. And This Way Network is a big part of that. I would have never met William if it wasn't for Michael. I would have never met Michael if it wasn't for him helping start my channel by giving me a shout out. It's kind of it's crazy how things snowball in a direction you don't even see coming, and you look up and you go, wow, look what I've learned, look what I've done, look who I've met, look how many friends now that I've got that live in other states. I never imagined I'd have friends in 5 or 10 states.
I know.
Never even thought never thought about it, but that's just one of the amazing things about being a part of a network with a group of friends, not just people that do the same thing you do, but like-minded people that I consider all of y'all not just fellow podcasters. I consider y'all friends.
Yeah. Well, and it goes a step further. Now, through all the different things that we've done with the convoy and various other things, we've met other people who were like supporters, the people that subscribe to your channel and so forth, and they get involved in it. You're really doing a lot of talking back and forth, and then next thing you know, you're talking to them online, or we bring them on to the show, so forth like that. So that's one of the things I think is really great, because now in our travels, we're going to stop by and see Karen C. She's already given us her address and invited us to stop by, and then of course Don Siska, remember Don Siska? Yeah. They basically said, "Yeah, come on by." So, and I plan on going up and seeing William, and hopefully we come by and see Matt.
I've got a big old yard. You can park your camper thing in my yard.
Oh, I know. I already checked it on Google Maps.
Yeah, you've watched my videos. You see, I've got a plenty big yard, and the septic tank's way, so you won't run over my septic tank. It's right in where I. The code actually allows back old trailers. You got the septic tank right in front of the trailer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
Out
underground
in
and everything.
California.
There's
Yeah.
something else I want to kind of mention. I don't want anybody to think that we're not still part of This Way Network. I think we still
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
We're still gonna do a show. We're still gonna do a show. We just need time to regroup and get our stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Especially, I think me and Shannon are probably the ones really need to get it together. And me is Dave too. He needs to get prepared when he gets to Texas and get everything straightened up there.
Yeah, we gotta get Dave right. Gotta get Dave CB radio.
Yeah, because I'm actually going to be pulling the plug on all this stuff. That's my little studio. Yeah, my wife.
You had to buy your now. Check this out. Dave had to. You had to pull some strings to get to Texas. You couldn't just move. You actually had to. You had a tenant there that you had to accommodate. I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah.
Your daughter, she's like, all right, now we're leaving. Okie dokie. Here you go.
Yeah, that's kind of bittersweet, but it worked out really well. She has her own apartment, and she decided because of the boyfriend she's going to stay. So,
well, thank you, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Thank you, boyfriend.
Not his boyfriend, her boyfriend.
No,
I know that. Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Let's get that straight.
Dave isn't going to be getting no monkeypox. We ain't got to worry about that.
Oh my God. So what were you, William? What were you saying was wrong with that the video you were talking about with?
Watching Carrie Jean Preed word salad some more.
Got that.
Who's
Why
Carrie?
can't we show it?
Oh,
well,
okay.
she says the P word in it a couple times about it. I don't know if you want to put it up. That's fine. I just didn't want to. She doesn't say anything about medical information. She just says that he's got the C word. Everybody had a C word every once in a while. That's what she says. You can stop at any time.
Yeah, you can throw that up. It's fine.
Yeah, let's see what.
Okay, more on the president's case. You have referred to the physician letter that says no reemergence of symptoms, but you also said lingering symptoms. So help us square that so we understand.
Yeah, well, no reoccurring symptoms, meaning like if you look at his original letter, there's nothing. There's nothing like severe, right? Because he feels fine, right? He feels good. But as we know, when all of us have had COVID, you do have a little bit of a lingering cough, right? You do have a little bit of maybe a lingering sniffles. That's not uncommon to have, and so that's what we are talking about.
So he is not 100% symptom free. He just didn't have like a fever return or something like that. Is that fair?
Well, he never had I want to be careful because we went into this about if he had a fever or not. He never had a fever, so I want to be really clear. It was elevated, but it was never a fever.
And I don't want to put
But you remember we had talked about a little fatigue. We had talked about aches. That there was a little bit of discomfort. So that has not occurred. But all of us have had COVID before, right? We've had not all of us, many of us. I don't want to call everybody out. I could speak for myself.
That's been vaccinated.
And there are some. You still have a dry cough. You still have little sniffles that last for a little bit longer.
And you've
Are you saying he or you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a sense of.
I am saying that all of us have had COVID. Many of us have had COVID before, and they tend to be lingering symptoms, and that's what I'm talking
So the
about.
president is still experiencing some things related to his COVID course of illness.
Right, and also, as we know, you all have known him for some time and covered him, he tends to have a dry cough. That is not unusual. So that is what I'm talking about. He tends to have a dry cough, which you all have heard before. So just want to be clear on that, too.
You know what? She learned she went to liberal arts and she's got that degree in mime, and she learned how to do that from Vanna White, too. Because you remember Vanna White.
Vanna White, yeah. Yeah, I see Shannon up there doing the. Yeah.
I like to see one of those reporters actually ask a question about his medication that actually matters, and what kind of medication. Not only that, other symptoms such as Alzheimer's, dementia. What's going on with that?
I watched it. I put a video out earlier. It's on my YouTube channel, but it's really funny. Kamala Harris introduces herself as them, they, her. And if you can find it, it gets better. It gets better. You got to, if you can find it, that'd be pretty cool to stick up right quick. Because she says she introduces herself with pronouns, but also one of her pronouns is she goes, I am she, something else, and I'm wearing a blue.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
And my underwear is.
she introduced herself as I'm a she, her, and then I'm wearing a blue pantsuit, and it keeps on going. Yeah, I saw that video.
and it's just funny because I'm like, does that mean that she also identifies as blue pantsuit now?
Blue pantsuit now.
Yeah, I'm them, they, her, she pantsuit lady.
I didn't hear her say they or them. I just heard her say she and her. I just heard her say she and her.
So Matt, being the literal guy that he is so down and out right now because he left it was a heavy event earlier. It was So we need to bring Matt's spirits up. Look at him over there. He's got this look on his face like he ran out of weed or something.
Well, okay, I'm fine.
Oh, you got weed? Okay, good.
No, I don't.
Oh yeah.
I'm not allowed to do that.
We'll do a little.
Oh, yeah. Me neither.
There he is.
Oh, that's Happy Matt. That was the same hoodie you were wearing when you got soaked at the Biden. I mean, not the Biden, but the Trump thing.
Yeah.
Was it?
Have y'all seen the TikTok meme thing where they everybody's falling over on their bicycle and their friends taking a picture?
God,
doing the Biden.
Yeah, they're doing it in the same place he did it at too.
Right. Yeah. They get
I was like,
spot, they have to reenact it.
I saw one guy. He actually traveled from Pennsylvania to Delaware to do that.
And you know that they even named a certain section of that area something about Biden fell over. What is it called? Where they renamed it right there?
Oh, I don't know.
There was a town that named it part of it.
Oh yeah, it became official on the Google Maps or something like that. I heard.
Yeah.
Well, they need to make a monument. Biden under a wrecked out bike.
Is it? Why do I get
that? Is a cool glass, Dave. You notice that Dave's glass is clear.
It's a trans.
That is cool.
Translucent. Yeah.
That's a pretty neat trick.
Did you hear about the cheerleading chick at the cheerleading school and it's a transgender cheerleader that put another female cheerleader in a headlock and choked her out? Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah. Quite a disturbing character as well. They ended up filing charges and kicking the trans person had to leave, got exited out of there. But this person was a complete, it had everything. All the, it had connecting rod, all that stuff. And was in there with the women, and the girl said something to the dude about it, and the dude was like, "Oh yeah," and stood up. I stand my ground. It puts and it's rather large dude, by the way. Headlocks the chick, chokes her out. And then the dad and the chick that got choked out, lawsuit on the school and the person who done it. And there's actually video. There's a CCTV camera footage of it happening. So it's all right there. It's alleged. But it's pretty dang on there when you see it on the camera.
Well, speaking of trans, did you hear that the guy who went to go and kill Kavanaugh is trans?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like to me they're going to try to use an insane plea for this guy, insanity, and
they are insane. Those trans.
Yeah, I agree.
Most of them are nuts, but
my thing is
they want more nuts.
My thing is people that are consider themselves trans, most of the time it's because they have body dysmorphia, which means when they look in the mirror, they see something different than what's actually there.
Really?
Yeah, like you have women that are really skinny and they see themselves fat all the time. So they go to the gym all the time or they stop eating in order to get smaller. And then you see guys that get it. They have the same issue, but they see themselves as small and they keep on working out, and they take steroids and stuff, and it causes them to get sick from the steroids. This is the same situation here, but now, you got dick saws and tit saws, cut people's, cut people's members off in order to become the other gender. You know,
Yeah.
and what's going on is the school systems and these people on the left are encouraging these people to do this. It's just it's insane to me, and I think this guy going for insanity plea. I'm actually someone that's probably going to be saying, yeah, he probably should be.
Yeah.
But
Confusion.
But the other thing is, he's there to actually kill or assassinate 3 Supreme Court justices, not just Kavanaugh.
Yeah.
So
The only problem they ran into was a trans person who done it, and those people aren't very efficient killing machines.
Well, it's because they're progressives. He went on Google to look
I'm gonna
up.
kill you. You're gonna die right now.
Well, he went.
No.
He went on Google to look up the best ways to stab somebody, and the quietest gun you could buy.
Well, that just shows you how stupid they are.
Well,
it's easy. You take this and you stick it in parts of their body, and you will find yourself successful.
Well, my thing is, you think anyone looking that kind of thing up online, you think the FBI is not getting a warning from it? Come on.
Speaking of assassinations, did you see the thing that went on in Afghanistan and they drone strike for the Al Qaeda's replacement?
Oh no.
Let me see here.
All right, who did
pull
drone
it out,
strike?
Dave, but pull it out slowly. We can't handle it all at once.
Tell me if you can hear it.
On Saturday,
I can hear it.
Of my direction, the United States successfully concluded an airstrike in Kabul, Afghanistan, that killed the emir of Al Qaeda, Ayman al-Zawahiri. You know, Zawahiri was bin Laden's leader. He was with him the whole time. He was his number 2 man, his deputy at the time the terrorists attacked 9/11. He was deeply involved in the planning of 9/11. One of the most responsible for the attacks that murdered 2,977 people on American soil. For decades, he was the mastermind behind attacks against Americans, including the bombing of the USS Cole in 2000, which killed 17 American sailors and wounded dozens more. He played a key role in the bombing of U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, killing 224 and wounding over 4,500 others. He carved a trail of murder and violence against American citizens, American service members, American diplomats, and American interests. And since the United States delivered justice to bin Laden 11 years ago, Zawahiri has been a leader of Al Qaeda, the leader. From hiding, he coordinated Al Qaeda's branches and all around the world, including setting priorities for providing operational guidance that call for and inspired attacks against U.S. targets. He made videos, including in recent weeks, calling for his followers to attack the United States and our allies. Now, justice has been delivered, and this terrorist leader is no more. People around the world no longer need to fear the vicious and determined killer. The United States continues to demonstrate our resolve and our capacity to defend the American people against those who seek to do us harm. You know, we make it clear again tonight that no matter how long it takes, no matter where you hide, if you are a threat to our people, the United States will find you and take you out.
He's trying to act tough,
relentlessly seeking Zawahiri for years under Presidents Bush, Obama, and Trump. Our intelligence community located Zawahiri earlier this year. It
probably wasn't too hard since he was in prison in Afghanistan.
Immediate family. After carefully considering the clear and convincing evidence of his location, I authorized a precision strike that would remove him from the battlefield once and for all. This mission was carefully planned, rigorously minimized the risk of harm to other civilians. And 1 week ago, after being advised that the conditions were optimal, I gave the final approval to go get him. And the mission was a success. None of his family members were hurt, and there were no civilian casualties. I'm sharing this news with the American people now,
because you'll hear about
after
it
confirming the mission's total success through the painstaking work of the counterterrorism community and key allies and partners.
Right.
My administration has kept congressional leaders informed as well. When I ended our military mission in Afghanistan almost a year ago, I made the decision that after 20 years of war, the United States no longer needed thousands of boots on the ground in Afghanistan to protect America from terrorists who seek to do us harm. And I made a promise
What?
to the American people that we continue to conduct effective counterterrorism operations in Afghanistan and beyond. We've done just that. In February, our forces conducted a daring mission in Syria that eliminated the emir of ISIS. Last month, we took out another key ISIS leader. Now we have eliminated the emir of Al-Qaeda. He will never again allow Afghanistan to become a terrorist safe haven, because he is gone, and we're going to make sure that nothing else happens. You know, it can't be a launching pad against the United States. We're going to see to it that won't happen. This operation is a clear demonstration that we will, we can, and we'll always make good on the solemn pledge. My administration will continue to vigilantly monitor and address threats from Al-Qaeda, no matter where they emanate from. As Commander-in-Chief, it is my
solemn went like that. Did y'all see that?
A safe in a dangerous world.
Sign
the
language.
United States did not seek this war against
I
terror.
saw it.
It came to us. Yeah. We answered with the same principles and resolve.
That's your name, Pharaoh's trainer.
Generation upon generation. To protect the innocent, defend liberty, and we keep the light of freedom burning, a beacon for the rest of the entire world, because this is a great and defining truth about our nation and our people. We do not break. We never give in. We never back down. Last year on September 11th, I once more paid my respect to Ground Zero in New York City, at that quiet field in Shanksville at the Pentagon, standing in the memorial at Ground Zero.
The sign language girl is much more interesting than he is. I hate to say that, but I mean,
check this out.
He's just mumbling. I don't even know what he's saying at this point. She makes more sense with her hands than he does with his conversation to me. What do you think?
Yeah. Her girlfriend probably thinks a lot of those hands too, by the way. But check this out. You know what I think? I wonder what bill that dude didn't pay. You know, because I mean, this is, or better yet, did they? You know, what he's talking about right there about taking that dude out.
Sons and daughters, brothers and sisters.
Friends, trust me, that was not for our benefit. That was for somebody else to take his place that they wanted in place for that guy.
Look, it's a diversion. It's a diversion from everything else that's going on in the United States.
Well, it'll work for that too. It'll work for diversion, but as long as they've known where this guy is, and as long as this has been going on, you know good and well that they were like, you know, we really would like this guy to be the leader of these people because we need this to go in a certain direction. Let's take him out, make it look like it. Then that'll really piss off all of his followers, and they'll be ready to do whatever the new leadership says.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Move that guy out, put some of this. That right there, all he's talking about. Where's the drones at when you need them? That's all I got to say.
You know what they're doing, don't you? They're making a list of all the things that Democrats have got to show for their time in office. So he closed the border in Arizona last week, right? Built the wall, closed the border, and now he's taking out terrorists this week. Next week he'll be doing something else. He'll be fighting monkeypox with his bare hands.
Yeah. I feel you. But let me tell you
something what's going on. This is a damage control.
We will never
try to be. But also he threatened us too, by the way. Whenever he said that no matter who you are, where you are, however long it takes, we will find you if you're a threat to the United States people. And he wasn't talking about just some people over there in Afghanistan.
Well,
I promise. He's talking about you and me and Dave and Matt.
Yeah.
Well, the big thing that got me when I'm hearing what he's saying is, you know, my plan to leave Afghanistan 9 months ago. I was like this, or a year ago. I was like this. Trump planned that, and you're supposed to leave in May, and you pushed it all the way to August, which at that point it's the summer there, and then guess what? They have free reign. They can move as much as they want during that time. Not only that, Trump told them, if you move and attack any of our troops, we're gonna blow your ass out to space. So don't even do it. And they didn't even touch us for 18 months.
Yeah.
And this guy gets in there. He goes with the plan, but he decides to push it because he wanted to get all the way to September 11th so he could get a good photo op. That was the main reason he wanted to do it. And what happened to bite him in the ass, and he wasn't able to get his good photo op, and he looked like an ass. And then the other thing about the guy they went after, they knew exactly where he was at. He was in prison in Afghanistan, and whenever Al Qaeda took back Afghanistan, they released him.
Yeah,
you can't be surprised by that.
I want to know why he didn't mention the money they're still sending over there for some ungodly reason to those folks. They are still getting reparation payments from us leaving our stuff behind. I don't know what kind of deal they made originally, but when we walked out of there, we started sending pallets of cash over there, and I don't believe it stopped. I read a story a couple of days ago, and Breitbart was talking about it, that nobody has there's no oversight on the money being pumped out of this country to places like Afghanistan still today.
Right.
Same with Ukraine. No, I mean there's no oversight on that money. Another $155 million went to Ukraine again today. Where's this money going?
I know.
Where's it going? And right now there's a debate in the Senate and the House trying to pass a bill to help veterans, and they can't get it passed because of $400 billion. What's going on with this $400 billion? It has like it's for pork. Pretty much, it has nothing to do with the veterans, and people like John Stewart's loses his mind over it. Well, the fact is, if Democrats wouldn't have put that in there, it would have passed overwhelmingly. And that's the reason Republicans don't want to vote for it. Not only that, there's no oversight of where this is going. There's no oversight on anything on these bills where they're going.
It's a Democrat laundering boomerang scheme. They throw it that way and it bounces off somewhere in Europe. By the time it gets back, nobody knows where it came from.
Well, the veteran bill, what that is, it's actually for pet projects in certain people's districts. Like Nancy Pelosi, right. I think she has like a couple of bridges she wants to get built that don't need it, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. There's programs like, let's see if we can make a monkey trans. Like what? Why do we need to actually study something like that and spend over $5 million in study it like that? You don't.
Only in California.
Only in California.
I heard we need to put a committee together in order to find out what the proper unracially motivated name for monkeypox is, because monkeypox is racial towards towards the primates. So we're going to have to put a committee to spend some money putting a committee together to find out the appropriate name that is okay for the wokesters. That's what's really going on.
Drainage pox.
Well, wait a minute. Are they saying it's too racist of a name? Is that it?
They're saying monkeypox is a racist name because blacks have been related to monkeys and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. First thing. What? I mean, it's been called monkeypox for hundreds of years.
They also said it was unfair to the monkeys. They said the monkeys shouldn't have to be put into that category because not all monkeys carry it.
Speaking of monkeys, did you see that story in Mexico where a monkey was found with a cartel shot up? Yeah. What happened was the cartel got in a shooting match with the military in Mexico. But the thing is, when you read the story, you're like this. They're like, a monkey was killed. And they don't tell you which side the monkey was on at first. Until you find out. Yeah, so my first thought was like this. Was the Mexican army, did they have a monkey with them? What's going on here? And then you find out it was a pet monkey of one of the cartel members.
Cartel people.
Yeah. They actually had a bunch of exotic animals they were selling. And happened this pet monkey was there and was found with a bulletproof vest. Yeah. And, no, I'm not kidding you. A bulletproof vest and which makes me wonder where they get shot at to get killed. But also
was it monkey size?
Yes, it was monkey size. It fit him. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like some kind of crazy shit. That sounds like
Yeah.
Twilight Zone.
Well, when I first read it, I was like, "Am I getting punked?" Because this is crazy shit. Did you read throughout it and you're like, "This okay, exotic animals." That makes sense because there was a leopard there too. The leopard was in its cage, didn't get shot up, and there was a few other animals. It just so happens they liked the monkey. They released the monkey and was having fun with it. I guess when the army showed up.
When the bullets started flying.
Yeah.
My question is, does the monkey know how to shoot a gun?
I don't know, but he also had fatigues on, and so he could.
I seen that article. I remember that.
Yeah,
That was a couple days ago. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
They may have been training the whole squad, a whole monkey squad.
Anyway, about monkeypox, that's just ridiculous. It's crazy.
Did y'all see the meme? I forget who put it out, but I shared it a couple of days ago. It says how to prevent monkeypox and the Wu flu. Had a mask on the face.
Yes.
Had six boosters down the arm, and somebody with a face diaper on their butt.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was great. That was a good one.
You know, I see people like, you see these pictures. Like, I'm not on TikTok or Instagram or anything like that, but when you're thumbing through YouTube, there'll be these little like articles or like these advertisements for TikTok. And like the new thing now is to take a selfie with a Band-Aid on. You know, that's how you virtue signal. That's how you advertise what side you're on. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
They started doing that when the thing just came out. Yeah.
Oh, I know. But it didn't take long for that trend on their side to start. And but that'll help later. That'll help us real big time later because we'll be able to put two and two together. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Sudden death of an adult.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that lately too.
Yeah, just look back and see the virtue signaling selfies to be like it's like where they
Yeah.
Let us not forget that in the last Olympics we had, they actually anally tested our people for COVID after they were instructed not to do that. You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Our ambassadors were going down there when that C word just came out, and they were getting anally swabbed, and they said that our government told the Chinese people to stop doing that to our ambassadors. And then they did for a little bit. Then when they said, all right, Olympic people, come on in here. And they got them all over there. And they're like, you're over here now, mother truckers. Get over. And they jammed them in there. Oh, let us not forget that, guys. Please. That's a problem with news nowadays. Our job is to bring the news when it happens. But the problem is like sometimes it's nice to have repeats like television shows. Because when you see a television show you saw like weeks later or months later, it was a good episode. It kind of helps fortify the scenes that you saw, and you don't forget it as easily. Kind of strategic how they do that, but we don't ever look back and say, let us not forget on this day right here that Joe Biden signed off the Keystone Pipeline. So for any lefty Democrat who's retarded enough to think that our gas prices are only affected by a minuscule because of the fact that we were making so much oil out of that, we were exporting it to other countries and feeding our own needs. And then some stupid lefty's going to come at me and say, oh, that Keystone Pipeline is just a small fraction of the oil. Okay, yeah, there was some coming in from Gretchen Richmeyer over there. But whatever. Keystone Pipeline was getting it done.
First thing, the Keystone Pipeline was bringing oil and gas from Canada, bringing it to Texas so they could refine it.
Right.
Now, is that going to affect oil and gas? Yeah, it affects oil and gas because how are you going to transport it now? You got to use vehicles to transport it, like big trucks, diesel trucks. You could also use trains, so on and so forth. Guess what they run on? Oil and gas. You know, it's a revolving circle with these idiots, and they don't realize what they're doing. Or no, they do realize what they're doing. They're doing it on purpose.
But
I have my theories on that too.
Another thing to say is, when you not only was the oil production or that was taking place and the easy distribution like I'm talking about, because all you had to do now is just hook up, you still had to do a minor transport, but you cut 90% of it out. There were jobs that supported that infrastructure
Yeah.
that led exponential numbers. So that in itself was an economy crash by itself, and these people forget about that.
Well, the thing is, people don't realize, and it's an interesting. I find it interesting because majority of people that were on that pipeline were union, and guess who they were told to vote for by the union?
Oh yeah,
So
I have fun with that too.
So my thing is like this. My thing is like you just canceled yourself by voting for this idiot in office.
Yeah.
You canceled yourself.
Here's something else that's actually affecting the economy. Everybody's oil. Everything's about oil because of gasoline, but natural gas is a big one too. And in the last 10 years, they have done so much fracking in Texas and in a lot of southern states that it's big revenue for a lot of people, including British Petroleum, which is one of the biggest companies doing the business. Well, British Petroleum is not owned by an American. It's not an American company.
No, it's British. Yeah,
I've
worked for them before. I've worked for them. Yeah,
and the English are all about Green New Deal. They don't like fossil fuels. They're against oil and gas. But British Petroleum is over here in our country. Everybody's making money all the way up to the minute Joe Biden shows up. And now, even today, this week, I seen they were trying to shut down more fracking here in Texas behind some kind of executive order he's trying to put together.
Well, Europe just came out and said that natural gas and nuclear are renewable energies. So they're following natural gas now, in parts of Europe. Now, Britain's not actually part of the EU anymore with Brexit happening. But the thing is, they haven't been following those rules for a while now, due to they couldn't economically survive, because that's who we're selling a lot of our oil and gas to, was to Britain, when that was happening, before Biden got in there, and
so by changing the definition, now all of a sudden it.
Well, the other thing is when it comes to Biden, what he's doing to oil and gas, a lot of that has to do with the banking. There's a lot of it's called ESG, where they're going after the banking services in order to keep them from getting loans and stuff like that. Like, let's say a business wants to try to get started up and do hot shotting. Hot shotting is where they bring in like materials to a rig so they could do. Well, the thing is, if you're working for oil and gas, majority of these banks aren't going to give you loans because you're working for oil and gas. And not only that, a lot of these companies that are doing oil and gas do take loans from banks in order to prop up that to get started. And ESG's keeping them from doing that, and they're using ESG also against gun manufacturers and other manufacturers out there.
Well, in our television shows, all of our television shows are totally screwed because of the ESG.
Yes.
Yeah. That just there it went. Matt, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Joe Manchin and what he passed with this new green crappy?
I'm telling you right now, I think he sold the soul. He sold the soul to the devil there. I think he's done. He's done it. I think he's already decided he's not going to run in 2024.
Yeah, I kind of thought that too.
I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, he's done.
Yeah.
Why did he hold out on $7 billion or $7 billion or $7 trillion, whatever that number? $7 trillion, and then he went for half a trillion.
When it comes to Joe Manchin, none of you guys know this about him, but his family are big in pharmaceuticals in West Virginia. It was called Mylan. His daughter actually ran it for a while before they sold it to Pfizer. And they're the ones that really got into – that's where they made a lot of their money into.
Yeah.
He made his money into other things too, including oil and gas in West Virginia.
Coal,
coal too. But he actually went along with Obama when they destroyed coal, and he's going along now with Biden destroying oil and gas. And the reason he's doing that is because he's seen an opportunity. I guarantee you, what's going on is they're going to
lobbied by Gates.
No. I think there's a couple things going on. Number one, either he's going to be running for governor in West Virginia, which he's not going to win at this point. But I think the big play, he's going to run for president in 2024. That's what I think is going to happen. I think they're opening the gate for to run in 2024 because I think Biden had to give them something. They had to convince them to, hey, we will support you if you run for president in 2024 as long as you sign for this bill. I think he's going to run anyway. If you look at everything he's been doing,
I hadn't thought about that.
if you look at everything he's been doing, in my opinion, he's pushing. He's going to run for in 2024.
He's all they got.
But he needed something to convince these progressives to actually go along with him, and this is it. This is it right here.
Yeah.
I mean, is he going to get rid of the filibuster? I don't know. That might be next. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, he's a Democrat. He will sell his mom in order to get what he wants. He will sell his mom. I mean it. Just like I said, he will sell his mom to get.
Yeah, and he claims that.
Didn't you see her standing over there on the legend? Yeah. No, he has not sold his mom. YouTube.
Yeah.
But he claims that he's kind of a moderate. He doesn't take sides. Did you see the whole interview?
Yeah, I seen the interview where on CNN. Yeah.
Trying to play the Mr. Neutral.
Asking, are you going to support Joe Biden and run for president? It's going to be hard for him to support him when he's running for president.
Check this out, Matt. Do you think, in your honest opinion, are we going to be able to reverse any of this stuff? If something happens and everything and things go like if we can get this.
All right, I'll be honest with you. If it happens, the Republicans win Senate, House, they got to win overwhelming majorities. They have to win, they have to have overwhelming majorities to overrule this and overrule Biden.
Right.
But they're not going to get that.
Just the 4.
Yeah, they're gonna have to have super majorities. They're not going to get that. They're not going to get that. So it's going to have to wait another 2 years, and hopefully get a Republican in there. Not only that, there's no guarantee that the Republicans will keep the Senate and House at that point either. If you think about it, so what's Trump going to have to do when he gets in there? He's going to have to use executive orders if he gets in there in order to reverse a lot of this. And the thing is, executive orders are not permanent. And that's the issue.
And the other thing about what really bothers me about executive orders is because they're not necessarily the will of the people. That's what really, really bothers me.
Well, he's going to need a bigger desk for all the executive orders he's going to need to undo the crap that happened during this last 4 years.
The thing is, Trump, when he the executive orders he did it because he knew that was the will of the people.
And what people
Biden does it because
he's just doing it because
he's doing it because someone's telling him to do it, and it's part of his religious. Right. It's part of his religion.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about this? Can y'all see that?
Yeah. We are.
Yeah.
They're going to be in Texas.
CPAC coming to town this weekend. Or actually, 4th through the 7th. Got Carrie Lake. Got a lieutenant governor from North Carolina with Mark Robertson.
Yeah.
Got Jim Jordan there. Got Ted Cruz, of course. Glenn Beck.
North Carolina is getting involved right now in a
Carrie Lake.
North Carolina's got a lawsuit in the Supreme Court right now. Moore versus Griffin, I think. I might be wrong on the second part, but I remember Moore because they spelled it Moore, like the county Moore in Moore County, North Carolina. That's going to the Supreme Court is going to look at to fortify what the legislators' powers are, so that they can reverse the laws that were implied. I'm trying to keep it Cody.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That's a big case. That's a big case.
That is a very big case. I read that today, and I was really excited about that.
I think there's a chance that's going to be 5-4. It's going to be 5-4. I'd say somewhere around there.
Giuliani was on Newsmax discussing it the other day, and he said this is going to make or break the difference.
Well, see, another thing that North Carolina is doing right now. North Carolina just got approval by a state Supreme Court that we can have representation on trying to get the ID back in like we're supposed to have, that Roy Cooper won't let go through for our ID. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's going to be really interesting. So it kind of sends a little. It makes what little bit of hair I got stand on the back of my head. Yeah, because I'm like, wow, North Carolina's stepping up. And I did a lot of calling, earlier this year. I haven't done much calling lately because I know that everybody gets kind of like we're just to keep these videos cranking out is actually it's a pretty big task, and I love it. But there are days when sometimes I'm like, hey, I got to get some articles out. But once I do, I start feeling better. I can get this weight off of me. But watching what's going on in North Carolina and what we're doing is kind of neat because it seems like we're all like snubbing Roy Cooper in the face, like we're gonna do what we got to do. Excuse me, because Mark Robertson is acting like the real governor. You don't even I ain't even seen Roy Cooper. What basement is he in? I see Mark Robertson all over the place.
I heard he was missing like BB Cooper.
Yeah. So, and Roy Cooper really shouldn't even be because trust me, there were some weird things that happened. That's all I'm going to say. I'm really excited. I hope that we can get Ted Budd in there. I don't know what kind of person. I don't know what he's going to do, but anything at this point, it's got to be better than what we got now. And Ted Budd working with Mark Robertson. I tell you what, if Mark Robertson would have run for as governor, I would vote for him over I would Ted Budd because I've seen Mark Robertson. He is the real deal. Yes, sir. Right. I think in my honest opinion, I think he would be a great president. I know that's a big jump from where he's doing right now, but just his demeanor and the way that he doesn't he's not.
He's like Matt Gaetz. He's fearless and he's good at what he does.
Yeah.
And I think he's better at communicating than Matt Gaetz is.
I think so.
Well, I agree.
Matt Gaetz has got his strong points. He's good at
he
investigating and digging to the bottom of the pile to get to the right question. That's what I like about Matt Gaetz.
I think Matt Gaetz is also he's got on a pair of really big britches right now that he's still getting used to.
Yeah.
I can tell by his demeanor that he's just now starting to, because these are some big britches he's in, and he's starting to realize how to put them on and make them look good because his delivery is getting a little bit better every time.
Yeah, he looks like to me he's going to become the leader of the House in another 10 years or so.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. Yeah. So that's really good. I have a lot of optimism in what's going on because when what we got going on, you have to. If I start feeling like things, we all get kind of down and say, I don't know if things are going to be. But here's the deal: stopping what I'm going to do and isn't going to fix it. Now I can get down and out when we get some losses, and I can get kind of funny, like I wish this would be a little bit better. I want things like this.
Yeah.
But here's the deal. The pyramids got built because the aliens came down and did it with all their technology. So we'll throw that one out the water and say the pyramids got built. We are doing this because this is something we have to do. If we don't, if you lay down and play dead, they're going to eat you anyways. Democrats don't care.
I was going to ask you guys about. I saw this one story about us. Have y'all heard some of these leaders leaving these countries because of all the protests and everything? Obviously, Sri Lanka is one of them. He got in a boat and got out of there, and then you have Brexit. You have the guy from Britain,
Bolsonaro. Bolsonaro.
What about him?
He's talking junk about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Anyway, I was talking about the guys that were leaving office, like the one in Italy and everything. There's been 5 of them so far. People they've been getting protests because they're trying to implement this Great Reset crap and going after people's farms and stuff like that. Well, everybody that's getting replaced, these new leaders, they're part of the World Economic Forum. So I was like, this: you're trading one guy that you don't like, and then you're going to vote in a guy that's going to do the same exact thing, except he's going to have a nicer and he's going to have different definitions for things that mean the same damn thing.
Yeah, I can say this about our country.
Why'd they do that?
I can say this about our country. We're in the process of a changing of the guard. 94% of Trump's picks, whether they're good or bad or in the middle, 94% of his picks are ready to run in November. And I would say at least 75% of them are good for the country.
Well, you know what kills?
So we're in the process of a changing of the guard, not just because we got better Republicans to choose from, because we got grassroots down-home people that said, I'm sick of it, I got to get up and get involved. That's what's really going on.
Yeah.
Right. The establishment is on its way out.
Yeah.
And it's just a matter of time when we take back the House and the Senate, which I believe we will do, we will not just take it back. We'll take it back with a better class of Americans than we've had in a long time, because we got people that are pissed off. We got people that are motivated. We got people in there that never thought they would be doing this for a living that are going, I'm here to stand loud and proud because I believe in the truth and fair elections and all the things that just matter.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah.
And I think we're headed in the right direction. I think November will show them that Trump's picks, his endorsement actually mattered. And now we got some people in there. If not 100% of them are all real Trumpers, but at least a good majority of them will be. And if they just follow through with doing the America First plan, trying to reverse everything Joe Biden is doing for the next 2 years while he's stuck in limbo as a lame president, I think we're in a good position if we get the Lindsey Grahams and the Mitch McConnells to slide to the side, because they're the problem. They're what's in the way. They're the people, Mitt Romney's and Liz Cheney. Those are the people that prevent us from progressing forward, because they always side with the enemy. We're in the process of changing the guard, and it's a step-by-step process. But getting all these new people in is the beginning of the changing of the guard.
Yeah, well,
we got to change the Senate and the House
of the
with a lot of
sleeping
people.
giant.
Well, the thing is, did y'all see that story that the mainstream media has been talking about? The mainstream media is pissed off at the Democrat Party because the Democrat Party has actually been funding Trump candidates because they think they'll be easier to beat. And I'm like this, okay, if you actually believe that these people are fascist and anti-democracy, why would you be funding their campaign? That's the question you should be asking. And
dividing the vote. That's all.
In my opinion, they think they'll be easier to beat. That's the reason they're doing that.
Yeah,
that's number one. Number two, I think it's going to bite them in the ass in the long run, because that doesn't even make sense. Why you would actually be giving money to people that you believe are dangerous to America?
Well,
I'll tell you two.
There's people that are
funny
vote
stories.
The other side.
There's two stories this week that I thought were funny. The Mexicans are
19%
people. 19% are actually probably going to vote for him, and now it's a problem because they're in D.C. and they're in New York, and the mayors like Bowser and several of them are going, "Oh crap, we got
it's turning purple."
We got 500 Latinos that just showed up in the middle of the night, and so now I think it's funny how they just realized their influx of all this huge population may not be the answer they were looking for when it comes down to their final result. This 19% may not get better for them, even when the people show up and get on the government benefits and try to live their lives. I don't believe they're either going to show up at the polls or they're going to go and try to vote against people that are trying to help the country, because they come from socialism. Most people, whether you paid their way last week or not, are not going to vote a socialist in. And especially if they came from that kind of situation. So I think it's a failed plan from the get-go, and I think they're already starting to see it unravel with these percentages.
Yeah. Well, the ones that are in New York, the funny thing is the governors in Arizona and Texas haven't been busting them there. They've been busting them in D.C. You know how they got to New York? Because the Biden administration is flying to New York. So they're doing it to that. They're doing it to themselves.
I watched the thing where I know we got 2 minutes or a minute and a half left, Dave, so I'll make it quick. Yeah. I watched the thing. Sav says, and she interviewed a bunch of illegals that were coming over here and asked them where they wanted to go. They want to go to D.C. Nobody's tricking them into being like they want to go. Yeah, and so they were trying to blame somebody, but and I said a while back, I said it was a stream. I think I was commenting on a Doug TenNaples stream a year earlier, like a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago, and I said the influx would be funny because a lot of them aren't stupid. They're gonna say yay Biden, yeah, but as soon as they get in, they're like, and they're gonna vote in the other people if they, I know that they would probably stand a chance of being deported, but they might. I don't know how this would all work out, but I just see the mathematics behind it might not play in their favor. But 30 seconds left. Let me step back.
Okay.
I don't want to hog the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, well, I just want to tell everybody, thank you for participating and watching Dave and Cali and supporting me through subscription and so forth. I want to make sure you guys go and subscribe to these guys. If you aren't already, you probably are. If you subscribe to me, you probably subscribe to them. And I will see you when we get situated. But I just
You're gonna
want
come
to
see
let
me.
everybody.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm going to come see you.
Yes, we're gonna do a stream together.
I'm going to come see Matt, and everybody there on the East Coast. And of course, I'll probably be over there bothering Shannon, once I'm in Texas.
You
Poor
can borrow
guy.
his lawnmower and weed eater and
Yeah,
stuff and not
yeah,
return it. Yeah.
So anyway,
neighbor
so
stuff.
remember to like, share, and subscribe to all these guys down below. All right.
Later,
Thank you, guys.
guys.
Thank you.
See you later. Thank you.